So.
Okay, never mind. Hitler might be okay.
Pixel, I want you to clip that.
My name is Professor Pixel. This here is Jimmy, and this here is Ozzy Crest. And we here today are talking about our top 10 picks to play the Doctor. Jimmy, do you want to go ahead and start us off with your number 10, your 10th pick to play the Doctor?
Well, I will, because my list is going to be better than both yours. So, number 10, least likely, but who I still think could be a good Doctor. Eddie Redmayne. I don't know if you guys know him. He is the guy from Fantastic Beasts, the main character for that. Yeah. I think he could be absolutely fantastic. He even has a TARDIS of his own in Fantastic Beasts with the briefcase. I think his face should go through puberty just a little bit.
Or we didn't talk about it.
Oh yeah, you can't say nothing. Chris can't say no. I mean, I got a full ass beard, so I think Eddie Redmayne could play a good, decent Doctor.
He's actually on my list too. He's actually.
Damn it!
Well, I love Eddie. Except for Jupiter Ascending, we can just kind of forget that point in his career. He was.
I never watched that.
Don't watch it. It's terrible. But no, I essentially agree with all your points. Like, seeing him in Fantastic Beasts, I was like, yeah, he would actually make, a pretty good Doctor. Yeah. Although
I know I'm right.
He's getting the big bucks. Can they afford him, though?
Well, here's the thing about that. With Russell T Davies, Big Dick Davies, coming in, and fresh off of a BAFTA win for the best show in It's Ascent. People know him as one of the best writers at the BBC. Christopher Eccleston, when he came in, said he wanted to be the Doctor because of Russell T Davies' scripts. With him winning and also still continuing to put out high quality stuff, he could get big names to come into the show.
My 10th pick is actually one that's gone around before. It's Hugh Laurie. Some people know him as House. I don't think it's likely. I just don't think he would do it. But he has done recently sci-fi with a series called Avenue 5. It was very funny.
Have you seen what he looks like nowadays?
Yeah, I just saw him in Avenue 5.
He doesn't look too good, dude.
I mean, I think he looks like Hugh Laurie to me. But he has done sci-fi. He's a phenomenal actor. So I think he would be a solid pick for the Doctor.
So for my 9th pick, it is Robert Carlisle. You may know him from the shitty Aragon movie. And I know his acting style from Aragon. Even though that movie wasn't good, he was still the standout star of that movie because he was the only one really trying.
It's a Jeremy Irons Dungeons and Dragons experience. The only one kind of trying.
Pretty much. It was funny. Jeremy Irons is in that movie as well, and he didn't even try.
Oh yes, he was the kind of like the mental. I haven't watched Aragon in like ages. Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time.
Yes.
Hitler. I'm not kidding. He played Hitler.
Huh?
In Hitler.
I'm not sure I want my Doctor to be Hitler.
I mean, the Doctor has committed war crimes. We're not brushing.
He has committed genocide to 2 species.
Yes. So, we need someone that can kind of fit that role, so.
Okay, never mind. Hitler might be okay.
Pixel, I want you to clip that.
Alright, well, Chris's turn.
Yeah, it is Chris's turn.
Is it hot in here, or is it just me?
Once again, I'm going to agree. Robert Carlisle. He's a great
Okay,
actor. Fucking love that
okay,
guy.
penalty. 5-yard penalty. He's stealing my shit.
I'm going to go ahead and admit that I have Robert Carlisle
He's stealing my shit.
on my list, but he's later down the line. He is
See,
not my
people-
ninth pick.
See, people, okay. They're copying me because my list is the best.
For my number 9, it is actually an actor named Brett Goldstein. He is from a show called Ted Lasso.
Oh, yeah.
He plays a very kind of serious role, always keeping it low, something like that. But I recently saw a performance of him singing A Muppet Christmas Carol, and it made me realize it was just, he has that personality that can go a little light. He's also been in Doctor Who before, but the Doctor, Peter Capaldi, was in a major role in Doctor Who.
So was Karen Gillan in the same episode as Peter Capaldi.
Yep, and they both came back. So there's no reason in my mind that he could not come back to come and play the Doctor.
Apart from that Doctor Who episode he was in, I haven't watched any of his stuff.
Was it a Jodie Whittaker episode?
It was a Jodie Whittaker episode. I had a look.
That's why we forget him. Because I like my doctors to be a little about middle-aged to older. I'm not a total big fan of like having the younger doctors. Although, if you have a personality like Matt Smith, it goes well. So, but this guy's older.
Okay.
And I think if we have a doctor, because I like my doctor to be a little dark, not skin-wise. I mean, doctor can be black. I don't care. But I mean, like his character needs to be dark. And that's why I've chosen. Drumroll, please, Jeremy Irons. So, that's my guy. I chose him because I think about it. He could have been like a perfect mixture between John Pertwee and William Hartnell.
I mean, yeah, he is a phenomenal actor, and I did consider putting him on my list. The only reason I didn't list him down was because I felt that he might just be a little too high above the mark for the Doctor.
I don't think so. I think because if you saw Watchmen recently, he played in that. It was a TV show, and it was on HBO.
Ozymandias,
yeah, he was Ozymandias.
Yeah,
and so he's not far off from big time TV show status.
My number 8. Okay, big surprise. Mainly because I like the guy and like his most recent show. Probably the one of two shows that really boosted his career. Freddie Highmore.
Really?
Yeah, I'd love to see him as the Doctor.
That's a horrible pick, my friend.
How dare you?
Bro!
There's the guy who picked Hitler.
No, okay, well...
And then I copied from.
Well...
And then I copied from.
Hey, real quick. Freddie Highmore hasn't aged since the Spiderwick Chronicles.
You just reminded me of that fucking film.
He has not aged. Maybe if his face goes through puberty, it could work.
You're such an ageist. You're like, I want my doctors
really
to be middle-aged men or older. I don't want any
Dude,
children
no,
in the show.
no, don't get me wrong. He just looks like an actual infant. His face makes him look like he's 12.
So I don't think it's a horrible choice because I looked at him and he is he's obviously an English actor, and I've seen him in things before, and he can play creepy really well recently. Even in The Good Doctor, it's hard to cut himself from Norman Bates. He's never going to.
Yeah, he actually he just progressed right over. It's the exact same.
He wants Hitler.
Good Doctor is just an alternate retelling of Psycho.
Yeah, apparently I want Hitler and you want Norman Bates, Oz. Come on, man.
Well, one I know, killed a few people. The other one is Hitler. Like, it's not a comparison.
The guy just wanted to be in art school, okay? And they said no, so obviously he had to have his revenge.
I can't get into art school. I can't bang my knees. I can't have anything here in Germany.
My number 8 pick. I would list this man higher, except I honestly want him in the role of a doctor rather than the doctor, and that is Sean Pertwee. Yes, the son of John Pertwee.
Damn it! I forgot about him.
He's actually on my list. He's one of the few legitimate ones. Sean Pertwee, yeah.
While I do feel like he could be his own doctor, I would prefer him to come back to take his father's role. I know he's expressed some kind of some bad vibes from it, but recently he I think just 2 years ago he actually dressed up as Halloween in a kind of shabby version of his father's outfit.
I think he posted on Instagram. It said, "I'm my father this year."
I think he would be the best replacement for a third doctor that we could get. But I could also enjoy seeing him as his own doctor. Yeah, I've seen him as Alfred in Gotham. He was great in that. Yeah. And I've seen him in a few other things. So he'd definitely be more of a serious kind of doctor. So
I totally agree. I totally agree, though. Like, I think he could be a perfect third doctor to come back. But not for the 14th.
Okay, that's fine.
He just looks too much like his dad.
He fits your old demographic. What do you want?
He just looks too much like his dad. That's the thing. You look at him, you just go, "Oh, that's just John Pertwee."
I mean, we had Peter Capaldi like, "Hey, I wanted my face to look like that guy I saved in Rome or in Pompeii." Like,
well, this is the one I think you all are gonna go, "Huh?" This is one. He had a bland face. He's played a very, very smart character before, possibly the smartest in all of Marvel. I believe Ewan Grafford, the guy who played Mr. Fantastic in 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four movies. That man is English, and he is a stellar actor when he gets to actually star in stuff. So, and plus he's literally already played a smart character, but like grounded him and made him like actually likable. Ewan Grafford is my 7th pick.
You know what? I never even thought of him, but I'm going to admit that is a fair pick. He does a lot of TV nowadays. He had a show that just ended called Harrow. I think he's filming a new one right now, but it's probably a mini-series. He could come in and be a solid doctor. I could definitely see it.
Hell yes, man.
I'm being reminded of him, yes. I would have to agree. He was also in Forever. I like that show. Unfortunately got cancelled because ABC just sucks. But
maybe it wasn't that good, Chris.
It's a guy that keeps reincarnating, and how can you not like that?
Well, okay, that's actually kind of dope. I like that. We're Doctor Who fans. Of course we have to like that.
My number 7. Okay. We're getting into joke territory, boys.
I swear to God.
Oh, God.
CGI Peter Cushing.
What?
Alright, what's yours, Professor Pixel?
I just saw a random article that said, what if Doctor Who, Dr. Who, from, those non-canon Doctor Who films, met the Doctor, and I'm like, hang on, this be pretty funny.
I did see that today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. You know what?
Interesting enough, because I bought the book, The Day of the Doctor, the novelization.
Yeah, I know. You're sending me that. I appreciate it.
No, I'm not. Shut up. They do mention that they watched the Doctor Who films, and they have tried to pitch to Peter Cushing a third film in this book. So the Doctor Who films in at least...
Is Peter Cushing still alive?
No.
Well, at least, I don't know. Well, they just mentioned, they don't specify.
The guy has to be, if he's alive in his 90s.
The guy that played Peter Cushing in Rogue One is named Guy Henry. He's been in a few shows. One called The Chase. He was also in Rome, played Cassius. So if he came back to play...
The BBC one?
I believe so.
Because I think Michael Sheen was in that, though, if he was.
Well,
or is it the Netflix one?
I'm pretty sure this is the HBO one, but...
Yeah, HBO, yeah.
It's HBO.
HBO.
H.
TV.
Say it with me.
TV,
Say it with
TV
me.
channel.
H. Say it with me.
Studio.
H.
I think that maybe going with that pick, Guy Henry, he might be able to come and play a decent role. I'm not sure how much of the acting he actually did in Rogue One, because they did their best to make it Peter Cushing. I don't think having the main actor be CGI all the time would be a good idea.
You know what? I'm looking at the guy right now. I wouldn't mind that at all.
No, you did good. You done good.
We made some work out of a joke I made.
Yeah, like that's solid, dude.
My number 7 is an actress. The first woman we've mentioned.
I swear to God, don't steal her from me.
Dolly Wells.
Okay, you didn't steal her. Cool.
She is from a show called Dracula. It was 3 parts. BBC. Stephen Moffat. It was great. And she played Agatha Harkness.
Dude, I love... Yeah, you know what? I would love her. Good call, Professor. Yes!
She has the charisma to carry a leading role.
And she did.
Watching it. Yeah, and I mean, you change Van Helsing. Or I said Agatha Harkness. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's
I was gonna
Helsing.
say, I'm pretty sure it's Van Helsing. Yeah, she played Agatha.
It's Van Helsing.
It's the wrong universe, dude.
That is completely the wrong universe. Sorry, I've been doing too many Marvel videos.
That's a good pick.
But Agatha Van Helsing, you go ahead and you change Van Helsing to be a woman. They did a great job. It was astounding, and you didn't feel like it was disrespectful at all. So I think she alone has that strength to carry on a new generation of Doctor Who. Plus, she's a woman, so you got some brownie points.
I have to say, I have heard so many fan casts of the Doctor, and a few of them have been some solid choices for women. This one is probably the second choice I would choose for the Doctor if it was a girl. Oh my goodness, you surprised me. Fantastic choice. And by the way, Dracula, Stephen Moffat, is my favorite Dracula anything. TV show or movie, obviously, but still, it's fantastic. My number 6 is a very predictable choice, to the point where you're going to be like, that is too obvious. But his character range and acting work is possibly one of the best in the game at this moment. Okay. Number 6, Benedict, but I'm working on it, Cumberbatch.
Oh.
I think this guy could play a great one with his Sherlock work to show like his range on being smart as hell. But his emotional work from Doctor Who, from Doctor Strange, from that, or even what's that movie called? Imitation Game. From that as well. He can play a sympathetical character and a very smart genius.
Benedict Cumberbatch is somewhat... it's a choice I've heard before. And I'm actually going to really disagree with you here. I like the actor. I thought he was phenomenal, especially in What If. He actually shows his depth in there for Doctor Strange. But I think that he doesn't fit for me. He played Khan in the second J.J.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Trek movie. Yeah. And he does a good job playing a villain. But when it comes to him actually taking the lead, even in Sherlock, he's very cold. And I think he plays cold the best. And I don't think that can fit for the Doctor.
Really? Christopher Eccleston did it? For season 8, Peter Capaldi did it?
But he had a different level of range within just cold. And I don't know if Benedict Cumberbatch could bring himself out of Sherlock mode to be a Doctor. Because I don't want just Sherlock as the Doctor.
Well, he's been a Doctor for about 6-7 years now in Doctor Strange. So...
You do know that's a work of fiction, right? He's not legitimately a doctor.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's not like, hey, you're Doctor Strange. Here's your PhD.
Here's your doctorate. No, but I think I totally disagree with you. I think he could. Yeah, we all have our flaws, and that's one of yours, Professor.
You have anything to say, Chris?
I kind of see both points between you two, but I do kind of agree. I'd feel like it'd be a bit too Sherlock if he was the Doctor, because I feel like that's what they would want to go with, because that's probably, aside from Doctor Strange, what he was most popular as Sherlock. It's like, give us something similar to that, but like now you're an alien. It's like I could just watch Sherlock and get the same thing. Like he's a good choice. I just feel like they would try to steer him towards being more Sherlocky.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he would, because why? Stephen Moffat is not the showrunner anymore, and it's going to be RTD, who's more of a character-based person, a character progression person. That's so much.
Another debate for another time.
Dude, he did it so much to the point where he got locked in corners, to the point where he had to like MacGuffin his way out of storylines, like in the third season ending, where Martha went around making people pray to the Doctor, and he came back. Or in the end of the first season, where she looked into the heart of the TARDIS. Now she can kill anything and do anything she wants. Well, so they're MacGuffins, but it was all based around characterization.
I mean, yeah, but that's, like I said, another discussion for another time.
My number 6, probably the only female actress that I've actually put on here, Emma Thompson.
I hate her. No.
Okay.
No. I love her. I love her. It's just, I think she would be too pretentious to play the Doctor.
You know, I'm actually going to disagree. I think that is because Mary Poppins is the kind of character that we always joke about. Oh, she's a time lady. Absolutely, she's a time lady. She played Nanny McPhee. She played Nanny McPhee, and I think that she has enough to pull off being a character you both like, and sometimes you can get a little frustrated with whenever they get a little more stingy. And like we said before, some of the Doctors have been kind of stingy, like William Hartnell. He was get off my lawn, Doctor. But I think she could play that. I think she could do that. And plus, she's a lovely older woman. I think it's a good fit.
Wait, I think you're thinking of someone completely different.
Emma Thompson.
No, he said Emma Watson.
No, he said Thompson.
Oh, I thought you said Emma Watson.
No.
Emma Thompson.
Yes,
who's Emma Thompson?
Emma Thompson. Nanny McPhee.
Yes.
Fucking...
I remember Nanny McPhee.
Not Hermione Granger.
Oh, her!
You thought this whole time I was talking about fucking Hermione?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see her being the Doctor.
Okay, there we go. You've redeemed yourself.
My number 6 is actually one that I know people are well, maybe only one person is going to say. And that is the actor Michael Sheen. We have seen him in Good Omens. I've seen him in a show called
Underworld.
Prodigal Son, where he plays actually a serial killer. And he is able to have that kind of range that would fit within the serious moments. And he's able to lighten up a little to go ahead and lead us through before we get to, I am the Doctor. You better understand that. That's all I gotta say, really.
I just don't think he has... Yes, he's goofy enough to be the Doctor. But does he have, like, the talent and acting range to be the Doctor in the same character? Because if you look at Good Omens, he played the same character, not much change. It was all just, I'm the nicest person in the world. And it just felt like the same thing throughout the whole thing. There was no progress. And if you go to his Underworld, it kind of felt closer to being, yeah, you know what, possibly.
Like I said, I'm basing most of this off the work I've seen from him on Prodigal Son. The goofiness is always a factor that's appreciated. I mentioned it earlier when I brought up Brett Goldstein. He can get a little goofy, and he'd be more of a serious doctor though. Michael Sheen has the goofy, but he also has the moments when he looks like he can kill you, and the doctor needs that.
I'm sorry, guys. This is like a little obvious, but because let me get into it before I say it. Russell T Davies is returning, like I said before, like 3 times, whatever. And his stipulation for actors to be the Doctor was they have to be part of the Shakespeare theater company, like to the point where they're good enough to do Shakespeare for that big giant company. I can't remember the name. For the Doctor to come back to be the 14th Doctor, I'm guessing they're going to go the same route and have to be a crazy good actor to the point where, you know what, they could do some Shakespeare for the Shakespeare company. I can't remember their name. It's making me upset. But Christopher Eccleston was part of that company. David Tennant was part of that company. So I don't know if this guy is at all, but he's good enough to do it. Because if you've watched, I'll just say his name, Tom Hiddleston.
Oh.
I think he could do it. He'd have to get a haircut though. I don't think no long hair, please. He could do it. If you've watched his independent work, such as a Jim Jarmusch film known as Only Lovers Left Alive, and his Loki, especially his Loki, like his character work is amazing. He could do it.
Not Tom Hiddleston. I mean,
here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to go ahead and say this.
Yeah.
He is too big. He's another one of those actors. Yes, he has the range. His Loki is diabolical, and I think he can play a good character. He was in a show with Hugh Laurie, who I brought up earlier, called, I wish I could remember the name, but he was in that show, and he played the good guy, essentially. And he's good, absolutely, but he's too big. And I think that goes for some actors, that they get to the point, like Benedict Cumberbatch, where they get too big to come to BBC to be the Doctor. And do we really want the Hiddleston fans to jump into the Doctor Who fandom?
I mean, yes. I'll tell you why. We need more people watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, and I see what you're saying. I still think, personally, he's an actor that's just too big for me to feel right in the role for the Doctor.
You're going to really hate my next choices then.
My number 5. Okay, we're on to the last joke one. Okay? You ready for this?
God.
You ready for this?
Right,
And don't say anything until I explain why, okay? Chris Pratt. He's just so cool.
He's American!
Get off. Go. Go away. We're done. No,
see ya.
No, I'm kidding.
Now, don't get me wrong. Chris Pratt's probably, I'm going to say
he's just
possibly.
So cool. Jimmy, he's just so cool.
Dude, I love Chris
Mr.
Pratt.
Nintendo told me.
I love Chris Pratt so much, he's one of my bank account questions. So, yes, I love Chris Pratt, but he's American, for Christ's sake. And not even really like a one with range. He plays Chris Pratt and everything, and I appreciate the hell for that. But
it's like watching Nicolas Cage.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
I should have put Nick Cage on this list. Fuck.
Don't you dare talk bad about Nicolas Cage.
That is
not the Daleks. Oh!
he gets captured and he does like a National Treasure 2. Don't leave me in here, mate.
You can't do this. No.
Hello. Oh, that National Treasure 2. He goes, "Excuse me, sir." Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
He just does that. He does his terrible British accent.
Hello.
Yeah, we're not going to. I have no comments for Chris Pratt because that's not an answer that works. Number 5 for me is Olivia Coleman.
I thought about her. Don't get me wrong. She's my wife. I love her.
Yeah. Are we talking about the same Olivia Coleman?
I think
yes, she was.
She would disagree, but
she's Prisoner Zero in 11th Hour. Olivia Coleman.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. You do.
Yeah, I think she would be great, but she's gotten a little.
Age to me, the Doctor is better as an older character, mostly because I don't like
100%.
putting the Doctor in romantic situations, and when they're older,
That's where you're wrong.
Avoid that. I just don't care for
Gross.
So Olivia Coleman, I feel like she is, she's a fine actress. She was in Broadchurch, which is now, I wish I could remember it more fondly, but Chris Chibnall came to Doctor Who after that, and so I'm kind of bitter. But Olivia Coleman is a great actress. I've seen her in many things. I think she has enough range. She doesn't have the most range out of most of the people I've listed.
She's a Shakespeare Company person.
Yes, she is, and she's a fine actress. I don't think she has the same amount of range, though, but I think she has enough where she could pull off the Doctor.
But that's your choice. You said she could pull off the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, but it's also just like. Also, she was in Hot Fuzz, and that was great. I love her. I love Olivia Coleman. She's amazing. I have another Harry Potter person on my list.
Don't scare me.
I'm not gonna say the mouse, okay? Whatever that guy's name is.
I didn't think you would, but.
Oh, alright. Well, Ron Weasley. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we finally get the ginger actor.
Rupert Grint. You know, I saw a video where someone said if we get a ginger doctor, it has to be Rupert Grint, and I was like, the guy looks like a crackhead now. I don't know about that. But my guy, he plays possibly one of the most compelling characters in all of Harry Potter.
I know who you're thinking of.
Really? Who am I thinking of?
Is it Matthew Lewis?
It is David Thewlis.
Ah, well, okay.
Yeah, it's that. I was
thinking of Neville.
What does he play? I forget his name.
Lupin.
Professor Lupin.
Yeah.
I think he would be Professor Lupin. Would be perfect to play the Doctor. Hold on. The way he dresses in that show, in the movie, is almost exactly how he dresses in real life, which translates over to Doctor Who. He already has kind of that Doctor Who-ish clothes and vibe about him. I think he could be one of the most compelling actors to play the Doctor, to the point where, like, if you hear him talk, you just fall in love with him. Not like actual love, but like a fatherly love, a grandfatherly love, someone you look up to, a mentor. I think he could be the most compassionate Doctor to date.
You disappointed me because I thought you were going to say Mark Williams. I know he was Rory's dad, yes, but that is a phenomenal actor, and he's in Father Brown, and he takes the lead, and he's great. This pick, Professor Lupin, I mean, I don't not see it. Yes, I used a double negative. That's the best way to describe it. I do.
Double negative makes a positive, so you're on my side. Thank you, Professor Pixel. Next.
My number 4. Okay. I put it up here because I just like to see what he would do. I thought, why the fuck not? Let's do it. Fucking Magneto, Sir Ian McKellen. Like, why not at this point?
Okay, go back to like William Hartnell-ish, that old.
Yeah, why
kind
not?
of Doctor.
Yeah,
That's a good choice.
I'm not an ageist like you.
No. I'm okay with it. No, I'm totally okay with that.
Listen,
I'd love to see like Sir Ian McKellen as the Doctor. Have you ever seen that video of him, like, someone got him to recite Archer's incantation from Fate Zero? And he just could not give a shit.
He's, in fact, in Doctor Who, he's the Great Intelligence.
That's true, yeah.
Was he really the Great Intelligence from the classic Who?
No,
in New Who, when they brought the Great Intelligence back.
Yeah.
He was,
No. The name of the Doctor?
No, what's it called?
Richard E. Grant.
The Snowman.
The Snowman.
That he was, Ian McKellen was the Great Intelligence. And you
really?
know what? He's a great
I don't remember that. I'll watch that tonight.
Hell, he's Gandalf.
He's Magneto.
You guys are wrong. He is the villain in Da Vinci Code.
Don't even have a name.
I don't know his name. He talked about Jesus getting it on.
Like I said, I prefer older doctors, so that works for me in that respect. I again feel like we're just verging on a little too big for the britches, as it were. So for my number 4, I'm going with...
Is it 4 or 5?
It's 4.
4.
Oh, 4?
I did my number 4.
No, you're right. I did 4 too. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, number 4 for me is one that people say all the time. It's been said for the past 3 doctors.
I swear to God, if you're gonna say Chris Marshall.
I cannot even recognize who that is by name.
Neither do I, but everyone's with Chris Marshall.
Richard Ayoade.
Richard Ayoade.
Ayoade. Whatever. He is on the IT Crowd. That is what I know him the most from.
It's on Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's very
Place.
funny. I don't know about his how serious he can act. I haven't seen him in too much, but I've been hearing the cry for Richard Ayoade to be the Doctor, and he is a person who is young enough where coming to Doctor Who could be great growth, like I mentioned before. So I think give him a chance. Let's go ahead and do it. It's been said too many times.
This is what I'm gonna say. Don't fall into the mob rule crowd, okay? You don't have to fall for it just because people say we should do it. Second, I was with you actually for a while. I want to say for the past 6 months up until recently, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, give Richard Ayoade a Doctor Who. Fuck yeah, I'm down for that. But then the more I thought about it and the more I watched him, by the way, his Travel Man compilation videos are the funniest thing in the world. Watch it. But him as an actor, think about it. He plays himself in everything. IT Crowd, he plays Richard Ayoade. Travel Man, Richard Ayoade. Neighborhood Watch, Richard Ayoade. He plays the same character, i.e. himself, in everything. And I don't think he could actually perform dramatic roles and scenes that RTD requires. I know how when you said, oh, the first woman on the list, you were trying to be like, get some clout and stuff. Yeah, but what was the number you put her at?
What was it? 7? 7.
Yeah, mine's number 3.
Okay.
Tilda Swinton could be a perfect female Doctor. She's literally the female Doctor already. The way she dresses, the way she acts, she could play one of the most dramatic Doctors we've seen to date. I think she could be even more dramatic than Christopher Eccleston or David Tennant, even probably Series 10 Peter Capaldi. She could be one of the best. But okay. I don't know what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys think.
So what I think is you got to point in the way she dresses and stuff like that, and she is a good actress. I think we're going again into territory that is too big for the britches.
Hold on. There's a movie I shall request. She was in a movie with Tom Hiddleston that I mentioned earlier, a Jim Jarmusch movie called Only Lovers Left Alive, where the premise is there's these 2 vampires, and they hinted at her being probably the original since, like, Adam and Eve. That's even their name, Adam and Eve. And her take on life and what life's all about for people who can't die, who live in eternity, according to Tom Baker, is beautiful sentiment. So that's why I think she could be the probably the best female Doctor, no matter who comes after, or even one of the best in total. She would be great.
Yes, but again, I'm going to say, what other than What If has she done a TV show in the past 10 years? I don't think so.
I don't know, but that's why I'm saying. So when I said big movie stars, I pulled. That's why I said RTD. You know, being huge now could pull some big names, but also she's done a lot of independent work. independent movies, which are close to the same as like high-end TV. So yeah, she could.
That's high-end TV though, and Doctor Who, as much as I love it, I don't think most people consider it high-end TV. So that's my only problem.
It's the BBC's flagship TV series. Yes, it's high-end TV.
Chris, your reaction when he said the name. Do you have any thoughts on Tilda Swinton as the Doctor?
I will row a boat over there if you disagree with me.
I mean, she's a great actress, and she does have range with like her characters. Even in being in one film playing multiple characters, she was in the Suspiria remake, and she plays 3 different characters. One of them is male.
Hold up.
And she does it. Yes.
They remade that?
There's a remake of it. Yeah.
What?
All right. But
yeah, she plays 3 different characters in that film. One of them is male, and she does a great job in that film.
She's phenomenal.
See it, but I do kind of agree with Professor Pixel that she may be
It is you two against me in this entire video, guys. I hate you.
I'm sorry.
I love you guys. No, this is great. This is great because it creates discourse. This is good.
Yeah, like I've also got some kind of high-end. I've had some high-end people on my list as well. It's just I also have to see it as like it's kind of stretching it. RTD may have the pull, but I think a lot of the people we put on our list, most of them.
The reason why
it will have to, miracles will have to happen.
Yeah, and so like we said with Ian Mckellen, he is somebody who's big, and I feel like he's at the point where he wouldn't grow with the Doctor. But it's also worth mentioning. I didn't mention the fact that he wouldn't do TV because he's been in Doctor Who before. But I'm pretty sure he also said that he was willing to come back to Lord of the Rings for the TV show. He just wasn't asked, which, if that's true, that's just ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Well, to be fair, wait, hold up. To be fair, their stipulation was they have to stay away from the Third Age. So I don't even think they're going to have Gandalf. I know, but is he as old as the First Age or the Second?
Well, it takes place in the Second, and I think Gandalf is. I'm not positive on that. I think so. But that's a Lord of the Rings conversation. Back to Doctor Who. Chris, we are on number 3, so go ahead. Tell me your number 3.
Number 3. Now, I don't know this person's name because they are not actually an actor that I know of. I am ashamed of not getting their name. I totally fucking forgot it. But he's a very prominent person in the Doctor Who fandom. And he actually kind of looks like Richard Ayoade. Do you know this person? Do you know the name
Brown?
Dominic G. Martin, the Purple Doctor.
I think that is it.
Oh, the one who does fan work.
He does a lot of fan work. Dominic G. Martin. He's a YouTuber. He's a Who Chaser, and now he's working for Big Finish.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Alton Brown, which, I mean,
no.
Looking at him now, he does actually have a somewhat resemblance to Richard Ayoade in a way. I see it in some weird way.
No, I'm totally down for this. I've talked to Dominic a couple times through Twitter and YouTube. I'm totally down for it.
Yeah,
I don't have.
I'd like to see him. Yeah,
I don't have enough experience with him, so I'm not sure. But I can't say that no.
His fan movies aren't that good, but he definitely stands out. Like, he's probably the best person in it. His work that he did, like they take pictures of him like for concept stuff. Amazing. Like, I think Dominic could be great.
All right. Yeah. So that brings us to my number 3, and actually it's somebody that...
Good pull, Chris! Damn!
I saved one of the best for last, in the top 3.
Number 3 for me is actually somebody who I actually had on the list before I changed his position because of stuff that I've seen him in. He was in the ABC Murders.
I saw that.
He was in a show, I believe, called Sick Note, and then a show called Servant.
Wait, Sick Note? Are you talking about the movie with Nick Frost? I mean, the TV show with Nick Frost and Rupert Grint?
Rupert Grint is my pick for number 3.
Oh my god!
He has a surprising amount of range that I didn't expect him to have. He is no longer Ron Weasley. He has pushed himself to being, to me, a real actor. So I think that he could come into Doctor Who with a right mix of, okay, I'm kind of the normal Doctor, but he can push himself to go ahead and get into the groove, and then he can grow with the Doctor, which is one of the things that I truly feel is important.
Because of Sick Note, I disagree.
Okay.
Because that show, he plays more of a relaxed stoner, and he totally resembles that stoner-ish acting vibe. And hold on, I just can't get behind it. I hate stoner movies. The only one I like is Dude, Where's My Car? And I just couldn't get behind it. So
my only thing I'm going to say is I haven't seen much of Sick Note. I've only seen him in like part of an episode in passing.
It is amazing. I watched the 2 seasons. Hilarious. For anyone watching, watch it. It's about a guy who's a stoner who doesn't want to lose his house, girlfriend, and job. And the doctor, Nick Frost, messes up by giving him a wrong diagnosis of cancer, and so now everyone's coddling him. It's hilarious.
But what I'm basing this off of is not Sick Note. It is what I've seen of him in Servant, and what I've seen of him in the ABC Murders, which had John Malkovich as Hercule Poirot. So,
love John Malkovich.
Yeah, and he played the constable, the chief constable, and he carried himself with an absolute serious tone so well that I was surprised. I couldn't really think, my gosh, that's Ron. So that is why I placed him in number 3. We're in the final rounds now, boys.
I was going to say, let's be honest, you watched Thunderpants and you're like, yeah, let's pick that guy.
I have no idea what Thunderpants is.
Don't watch it, it's not good.
So I switched mine. My number 1 was, which is now number 2, Idris Elba.
Idris?
It's Idris. I don't give a shit what you say.
It's
I don't care what you think. So it's Idris Elba because have you guys? I don't know if you guys seen Luther.
Yes, I have.
I feel like this could be because we're now at the point where hey, in Doctor Canon right now we're at the point where it's all the Time Lords are dead again, and you know why? Because the Master. So we're back to the beginning. I know it was the stupid way they did it. But just think about it, they're gone again. And now RTD's coming back right in the same position where he started the show again. And we could use a very dark version of the Doctor again. And a gritty one, but has a hint of goofiness and happiness. Just somewhat there. And I think Idris Elba could play that dominant character. And his Luther uniform, it's kind of doctorish if you look at it.
I mean, in a serious kind of way. But my main complaint is not, in fact, even too big, because I know he does Luther for the BBC, and he's doing Luther like movies for, I believe, Netflix. But
whoa, what?
Yeah, I believe so. But my main complaint with Idris Elba is I feel like your reasoning that he needs to be dark and gritty is totally undone by the fact that we're getting another season of Doctor Who, and Jodie Whittaker doesn't care that all the Time Lords are dead. So it doesn't really make sense that, hey, I just changed my face and now I realize the Master just killed all the Time Lords again. What the hell?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, to be fair, in that same episode, in that same episode, she says, "Why would the Time Lords lie?" Not knowing that the Time Lords are like the worst people in existence.
Yep.
She knows this for an absolute fact.
We're not going to talk about the terrible writing of Chris Chibnall this week, but we're just going. I'm going to say that I just don't see bringing a grunge doctor just based on that fact is good enough. I think Idris Elba is an absolutely amazing actor. I love seeing him in projects. I think if he did do the Doctor, he could pull it off.
My number 2. You already talked about it, and I said it was my number 2. Richard Ayoade.
Ah, yes, sir.
So Jimmy just cut Pixel saying it, but like poorly photoshopped my face, and it'd just be the same thing.
I've been hearing the cry for Richard Ayoade.
I don't think what else could I add to it?
This was my number one pick for almost the entire time that we were doing it. When we got to number 3, I realized, no, I need to switch this up.
Tilda Swinton.
No. This is an actor. He's also in Ted Lasso, but he's also from a very popular series called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anthony Head. Anthony, what's his name? Anthony,
Anthony
Stewart Head. Stewart Head. Yes. And I think he is one of those actors. Like I said, I saw him in Ted Lasso recently.
He was already in Doctor Who. He played in
he was
School Reunion.
Brought back Sarah Jane.
Yeah, he was.
He's more in Doctor Who than that, even, because he in fact did a cartoon special, and it wasn't really cartoons; it was stills. But he was voice work in more Doctor Who.
Okay, give my guy some credit. It's fucking Uther Pendragon from Merlin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fucking Uther, yeah.
I mean, he's a great actor. I think he has enough of himself that he could be a good doctor. I'm not sure how he would grow with it, which is one of the things I do like, but I think I've seen him in enough that I know if tomorrow he was announced, this is the next doctor, I'd be like, hell yeah, that works. That fits. But this number 1 is the main person that we think that could be the doctor, that could perfectly pull it off if they had the chance. So, Jimmy, you have all that pressure on your shoulders. Name your doctor.
Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
No, you're not. No.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on.
Don't get me wrong. He's one of my favorite actors of all time, along with Nicolas Cage. Those two are like one of my favorite actors of all time.
They're American.
I know. This guy, I think, is possibly the greatest actor in the United Kingdom's Britain, whatever the name is. There's too many places over there.
We're not in the EU anymore.
Yes. I think
all right.
This actor is possibly the greatest. Don't get me wrong. David Tennant's over there. There's just quite a lot.
Okay.
But this guy could be the top. James McAvoy could be a perfect doctor.
Go ahead and explain your reasons.
The guy can literally, anytime he's such a character actor, anytime he puts himself in a role, he really gets to the heart of the character, and you just don't see James McAvoy anymore. You see Professor X. You see anything he's doing. He could be a perfect doctor because he's just that good of an actor.
Like, I don't really disagree. I honestly think that's odd as a number 1. Like, if I probably actually did a proper full-on list, I would probably put him in the list. But as number 1, I think that's a bit too high. He's probably in the top 5 range I would put him, but not as the top.
You ready? He also, right now, works with the Bad Wolf Company.
He
works with
so he has the connection.
His Dark Materials.
So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Here's my problem. I think he just did Glass not long ago, right? And before that, he did Split. And like we said, he's Professor X. To me, this makes him too big. He feels really too big to be the doctor.
Yes, he was in... No. That's not true, because if you look at it, he was literally in those giant movies. Blockbuster movies.
Yes.
And what did he do right after that? His Dark Materials.
That's an HBO show, though, and Game
No,
of
it's
Thrones.
not. No, it's not. It is a BBC and HBO corporation combined.
It's an HBO show.
But it's on HBO Max, yes. But it's a double. They're working together.
So here's my thing. I don't think he's not British enough. That's not, he meets that requirement. He has his tea. He has everything he needs. But the problem is, I feel like he's too big, and I think that maybe he's not weird enough to be the Doctor. To me.
That's why I was saying he's a character actor.
Yeah. But
he could be whatever the character requires.
yes, but being the Doctor requires you to find yourself. And if he can't find himself when he's too busy trying to play other people, then he's not going to be a good Doctor to me. Because he doesn't make his own stamp. He's just trying to bring back other stamps.
I wouldn't put him too high on the list, but yeah, I could see it.
You can see it there.
The guy's got range. You can literally just watch Split and then see his range. My number one, Nick Cage. No, I'm kidding.
Amen, baby.
No, we've already said this this actor before. Idris Elba, top of my list.
See, you're lucky I switched my 1 and 2 place.
Yeah,
because that was my number 1.
Yeah, he is a amazing actor. I love him. He can pull off, the dark, serious, but also with a little bit of charm. I just love the way Idris speaks. It's just so cool and soothing.
I hear that.
Weirdly enough, but no, he would definitely be like my number 1 choice to play the Doctor. I think he's amazing. Go for it.
I agree.
How come you didn't stick up for me when I said it?
Because he wanted to save it for his number 1. So
what an asshole!
He has the right.
Uh-huh.
My number 1 pick, nobody here is... I don't think you're really going to know him. But he is an actor. He's actually been in Doctor Who before. Classic Who.
Let me see. I have a lot of people on my original list. I have 18 people.
Okay. Well, this man is especially in a show called Doc Martin.
Oh, that guy.
Martin, yes. Martin Clunes is my pick to be the Doctor. And, in fact, it's not even based off of his work on Doc Martin, because he is he's almost special in a way with how serious he is.
No.
But if you've ever seen any special where he's out traveling, he has untapped personality that he doesn't apply to that role. And like I said, he's been in Doctor Who before, and it was actually his first acting gig, I believe. At least IMDb says it was.
Technically second. There was something the year before. But yeah, he was in Snake Dance.
Bro, we don't... Yes. We all agreed our doctors want them to be a bit goofy, right?
Well, he is goofy in real
life.
Hold
on. Just yes or no, right?
Oh, okay. Wait. I forgot one more thing.
Okay, well, let me finish. We all agreed we want the doctors to be a bit goofy.
Level of goofiness. Yes.
We never said we want them to look goofy. This guy looks like Sloth from the Goonies.
He is not attractive.
Would you literally take this guy seriously as the Doctor if he comes, hey you guys?
He doesn't. No, you're not giving him enough credit because he's in a show.
No, I think that's the nicest thing I could say about him.
He's in a show called Warren, and he actually has a beard there. My gosh, I really just want a doctor that can grow a beard thinking about it. But he is in
a show who can grow a beard?
He's far more...
James McAvoy.
Yeah. He's serious in that, but it's at a level because it's a comedy. It's actually, I think, a dark comedy. But he has...
I can't see it.
Level. I'm telling you, man, if you see some of the stuff that I've seen him in...
I've watched Doc Martin.
Okay, have you seen Warren?
No.
He'd definitely be a more serious doctor, but I think his personality has enough of a light side that he could tap into that and bring it to the doctor, which is why...
Also, his voice doesn't match what his face looks like. Like, you hear him talk, you're like, you said that? That came out of your mouth?
So you just have problems with his looks and his voice.
Yeah, the doctor has to look the part, but also be great actors.
Buster McCoy as the doctor.
Yeah, he looked the part. I think he looked the part. Every doctor has looked the part.
I disagree on some level.
Except for William Hartnell, and that's only because that was the first doctor, and
No, I think that while he is goofy looking, I think his personality is where he truly shines, and which is why I named him as my number 1 pick. But we want to thank you so much for joining us in our conversation about our top 10 picks to play the Doctor. Make sure to check out Comic Quirks with Jimmy. Also, check out OZ Chris. Oz Chris? Which one?
Oz
Chris, yes.
Oz Chris?
Chris,
Okay.
yeah.
And make sure
OZ Chris, baby.
OZ Chris. you know. And be on the lookout for more Doctor Who content because we love this show, even if we have to go through the pain of the current iteration of this show.
The new trailer looks good. I'm happy.
Yes. Also, check
They're
out.
tricking you. They're tricking
Also
you,
check-
Jimmy. Look,
check out-
classics on Torrents. Please watch it.
Yes!
Check
The
out-
Classics and Torrents is the shit.
Check out Jimmy's video where I do a first reaction of the trailer with him, and we have a good conversation. And it's definitely worth checking out. Also, make sure to like and comment. Do you agree with our list? Do you have a list of your own? Go ahead and put it down there. Also, subscribe. Why not? Why not? I mean, does it hurt you? I don't think so. And more Doctor Who is coming your way. So
Tell us what your what your list was, and if you think possibly which one was better, because I want to know who won this list builder.
Me. Mine has Chris Pratt because he's just so
you
cool.
lose. You lose.
Mine had Brendan Fraser. Kind of.
Yours doesn't have Brendan Fraser because you couldn't commit to it. That's
He's
why
he's my
nothing.
he's my
Good day,
audible.
sir.
He's my number 11. He's my audible.
Ozzy Chris could have had a competition going, but he named Chris Pratt. Chris.
Hey, he's just
Pratt.
so cool. Guys, do you not understand that? He's just so cool. Nintendo said that, okay? He's just so cool.
Can we end this video? I feel like my
Yes.
life's threatened at this point.
We're ending it right now. So, thank you so much for joining us all, and we will see you next time.